And so I did. Got on the plane with a few artworks, 2 trousers, 2 t-shirts, no money. I landed at the airport and I was told, where are you going? And I told them I'm going to Brooklyn to create some art. I'm an artist. Who invited you? Was nobody. And they told me, look, the next plane to Africa, you're going back home. Stand aside. And I stood there. And for a while, every passenger that I was with in the plane, they all went. And this guy came and asked, why is this gentleman standing there? And I explained my story. And this guy said to me, look, you sound like you know what you're doing. And we can't keep you away. So just take your stuff and go.
Nice.
That's how I was in.
Nice.
I came in. I had no time to rejoice, to be happy. It took me like 5 seconds to be happy, and after that I realized, hey, I'm homeless.
That's terrible.
And the first guy I came across was a taxi driver. He's not a real taxi driver, he's a hustler. He steals customers like from the yellow cab. So the guy asked me, where are you going? I said, I'm going to Brooklyn. Of course, he lived in Brooklyn. Even if I was Queens, he would live in Queens. I went on a taxi, he took me, we went, and there's this lady from back home that I knew that worked at Madiba's restaurant in Brooklyn. I've never been there. So I tell this guy, look, I need to go to Madiba restaurant in Brooklyn. This guy looks at me, what's the address? I'm like, I need to get to the internet. He says, Africans. Okay, put your bag there, let's go. And we went to a friend's place. I believe it was a penalty beating sport. One of them borrowed him a phone. We Googled Madiba restaurant, we found the address, we went there. I got there. The lady still works there, but they don't have her phone number. She's not working tonight. They don't know when she's coming. Dead end for me. And then I went back to the car, told this guy, look, this is the story. And he looks at me and says, okay, you actually remind me of my own story. This is how I came to this country. Look, I've got a place that I just bought. The guy is from Trinidad, by the way. When he speaks, we're not quite in the same. So he says to me, look, I've got a job for you. I just bought this place and I've got a door frame that I need you to take out for me. I'll pay you $60. I was like, cool. We went. So in a space of 45 minutes from the airport, I was employed. We went to his house. That's Carroll Street in New York. We dropped off my bag. We went to, I don't remember the crossing street, but I know it's on Saratoga. He bought a place. They showed me he's renovating. I started working that day. And we were grinding, drilling, mixing, doing all these things. And we took a break for a while. I thought about what I was doing. And I asked myself, Vumelani, what exactly are you doing? And I don't have an answer. We worked the whole day. The guy says to me, you know what? Look, there's a lot of work to be done here. I think you need to come home with me and spend some time until you get a friend. So I spent about 2 weeks with that guy. And I ended up meeting the lady that I know at Madiba restaurant. And then he hooked me up with other South Africans. Soon after that, I met Thabiso Pukumbe, who is not here, another artist from South Africa. He then offered his studio to me. Cut the keys, look, you can come to my studio anytime during the day and work. And I agreed. After about 3 days, I then realized I'm not in New York to be a construction worker. I'm in New York to live on the street and create art. And I said thank you to the gentleman from Trinidad. Thank you for everything. I need to do what I came here to do. And the first day it was very hard. It felt like I can't describe the feeling. But I spent the night on the subway, riding the train the whole night. And that went on for about a month. On the train, and I went to Union Square Park in Manhattan, and I was actually sleeping in Union Square Park across the building that I used to sleep in 2012. The apartment was there. I was seeing that apartment all the time. The gentlemen that played chess in Union Square Park were my friends. They are the people who taught me New York, the language, how to get around, where to get food, how to hustle. I sold Lucy's in Union Square Park. We bought a pack of Newports and sold them for $1. That's how we made ends meet. And I created art from it. A lot of what you see, it's created from Union Square Park. I moved on. Days where I seemed to be in a dream. I lived in a dream. It was hard, but I was happy because I was doing what I wanted to do so much. I spent a lot of time in Fort Greene Park. That's where I was introduced to American society. That's where I saw people reacting, people collaborating, people with their families. That's when I started to learn New York. And it so happened while I'm in and out of Madiba restaurant, I heard there was an event in this space, but outside. So Tabiso told me about the space, you should come here. And at the time, I was coming from New York and Atlantic, and I walked from there to Union Square Park. And I can tell you, a walk from New York and Atlantic to Union Square Park will take you an hour, 30 minutes. 45 minutes you'll be crossing the bridge. The next time you spend going to Union Square Park, I made a lot of great friends, homeless friends who had nothing to lose, who have lived life, who society don't see who they are. They just see a shadow. They just dismiss them. But one thing I learned from those guys is you share everything that you get, you share. Everybody has to eat. If someone gives me a pizza, I have to make sure that Barakim, Samuel, James, everybody ate. That's how it went on. So I created art and I was invited and I came here. There was an South African event outside. And I came here and I started painting. It was raining. We came in. I remember there was a band that was playing here and I was sitting right here. I did a painting. And while I was busy with that, the owner of the space, Angela Lucy, actually saw a bag that I had made out of a coconut. I'd cut a coconut into half, put on leather inside and a zipper in between, and make a bag and tape and sell it for $10, $20 if you looked rich. You know? And I did that to survive. And she saw the bag, she loved the bag, and she said to me, listen, I can see you're a good artist and I love your bag. And the artist that's showing on this space, the show is over tonight. I want you to show here, but if only you can give me the bag. And so I did. Gave her the bag, I got my first show in this space.
Wow.
I see you. The gentleman that's standing over there at the door.
Where?
That is Steven from Apex Art.
Oh.
That's the guy that invited me.
All right.
Yeah. I'm so grateful for you, Steven, and your program.
I think it's more what you made of the invitation, to be honest with you.
Thank you.
Powerful.
Nice.
And I had my first show in this place. And while preparing for a show, coming in and out of this space, I met Kekwan. Kekwan is managing this space. He was busy teaching a class, an art class on the other side, so his partner that helped him was late, and he said to me, look, if you can help and you have time, cool, let's do this. And we did this. I helped him, we worked, became friends, brothers. By the grace of God and the ancestors lighting everything that I was doing, I ended up staying here. I was offered a place to stay by this guy. He said to me, you want to be on the street and be homeless, it's cool. You're doing it. But you need to rest somehow. You need a shower to communicate and everything. And he spoke to Angela and I ended up staying here. In my journey in New York, being homeless, you won't believe it, I don't believe it myself. It's not about being smart. It's not about knowing what you're doing. But this is my 8th show, if I'm not mistaken, in a year. And I'm sure you see there's a video that's going around that's playing there. That performance piece I did on Black Friday last year, which was called Where's the New Key? I was addressing the issues of the modern slavery. People, when they think of slavery, they think of chains and, hard work and no. Facebook is the new slavery. Twitter is the new slavery. People don't understand that. So I did that performance in Harlem. I started off at Marcus Garvey Park, went on to Malcolm X Boulevard, joined 125th, took on the C train, got off at Hoyt Schema, crossed the Brooklyn Bridge into the African burial ground. And that piece, I managed to touch close to 2 million people. On Facebook, I had 871 views. 871,000, thousand views. On Worldstar Hip Hop, it was 671,000 views.
Wow.
On YouTube, it's about 13,000 views. People talking, people fighting, people teaching each other. And the purpose of the performance was to teach, but not say a word. And 2 million people started talking. And the works that you see on the walls are artworks that I created on the street. And every park there is in New York, I was there, creating work, absorbing the American society, how you relate to each other, how you related to me. And this is what came out. And along my journey, I happened to meet Catherine, who's curating this show. And she told me about her brother, and she showed me her brother's work, and I saw the brother's work, and I felt, that's what I came here to do, and this is the person I need to work with, which is why you see the work that you see on the wall. And I don't want to be long, but the purpose of all this is to go back to the street and help the same people that introduced me to you. My journey has been so great. I've managed to start off with the homeless people and cut through all society, all classes of this country. The rich, the poor, shook my hand, talked to me. And I created all these works, and I need to help those people on the street. My journey won't make sense if I create these artworks and sell them and make money and go back to South Africa. It's just pointless. I'm as good as the slave master to the people on the street if I'm not doing something. And I'm not going to do something without your help. I need your help. And your help is your support. Just by being here, I say thank you for that. And please, if you may, enjoy the works that's on the walls. I'd like to give everything and hand over to Catherine, the curator of the show. She's been so wonderful.
So I was going to say, we'd be remiss if we didn't hear from Jaquan, since he's kind of the maestro of this space, so he really...
Quick message, everything is for sale. All the pieces that you see on the walls tonight, they all need a home. Right? Message.
We support that message. As I was saying,
I just want to thank everybody for coming out. Ernest, it's been a pleasure to meet you. This jet setter is back and forth, flying in, flying out, and you know, but hard working and hungry, and very passionate, as you can see. And obviously, Vumelani, I'm gonna save you for last. Catherine, I want to thank you also. I'm like shaking. I don't know why. I taught high school 10 years. I can't speak English. Catherine, like your passion and hard work from day one. You know what I mean? You're on it, and this is a beautiful connection that like is divine. So thank you for being that vessel. It was really, really hard. And Vume, I love you, bro. Like, for real.
Questions and answers?
Yes. Yeah, I'm done. I'm not gonna do that right now, but listen, like anything, man, anything you need, like for real. This brother is like a godsend, like on some like 3 o'clock in the morning, you know what I mean? Like the lessons, the wisdom. He could just say like, bruh, like I'm going to make a sandwich. It sounds like scripture. Because his experience, if you only know like the last, 8 or 10 months from the last 10, 15 minutes that he spoke, but there's information and history and experience that like I'm humbled to understand your story, the little bit that I know, you know what I mean? Man, so I just want to thank you and congratulate you for such a great performance, man. We're here, Catherine and I are here. I'll leave my cards out somewhere. Please, if you can today, maybe next week, maybe 2 weeks from now. But this shit is what we here for. I mean, this is black art. This is best style. Like, let's do it. Let's make it happen. Like, fuck the cameras, fuck Facebook. Like, this is. Excuse my language. I'm sorry, but like, text message, communicate, share. You know what I mean? Like, if you can't afford financially, you can send out a text message. You know what I mean? You can send out, somebody on the street, hey, I don't know, I'm not gonna talk anymore, but listen, these brothers are so passionate. I'm not personally like an artist, so like when I look at, for example, on the other side, there's a long piece, 4 pieces. I watch Vume stay up day and night. Like, I think you ate, but day and night. I leave, I come back, he's sitting there staring at the piece. And it's just like morphing and changing. I'm like, oh, that looks like somebody flying. Oh no, that's actually like a whole other kind of concept. And his thought, he just literally stare at the piece for like 45 minutes straight. And then maybe get up and go to another side of him and look at it from another angle. Maybe that's just normal for artists, but for me to watch that was just like, and then how it actually turned out and all the shows, all the love, all the support, like, I'm in awe. So thank you, Vume, for everything. And I appreciate you.